All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Aubrey. Hey, Fatima. Zoe. Welcome to everybody else joining on in. I'm going to give people just a couple minutes to join before we get started. So grab a beverage, get comfortable. Let me know if you guys can hear and see everything okay. And if you're in the YouTube chat, make sure you switch over from top chat to live chat so you're not missing out on any of the conversation today. Hey, Amity. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome, everybody. Always a pleasure seeing so many familiar, friendly faces in the chat. Let me adjust some lighting here real quick. One second, too. Let me get Jake in here really quick so he can adjust my GoPro exposure. Just one second. Thank you. Watch out. Much better. Thank you, baby. All right. Amity said those Halloween stickers are so freaking adorable. Thank you so much, Amity. I really appreciate that. If you guys haven't seen, I have a new Halloween sticker collection released in my shop. And today is the last day of the Halloween in May sale that I'm participating in. So if you want to get 25% off any of my Halloween stickers that I have available in my shop, that includes this new pastel ghost sticker collection, as well as my existing Halloween pumpkin and Hocus Pocus collection. All three of those sticker collections are 25% off in my shop. Just use the code Spooky Spring at checkout. But I'm so glad you guys are liking the new collection. Okay, I feel like we're about ready to get started. So welcome, everybody. Happy Sunday, happy weekend, happy Monday if you're in Australia or New Zealand as well. I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend so far, and I'm so excited you guys are here today to hang out with me while I do some bullet journaling on this fine Sunday. So I want to get ready for next week in my bullet journal. So there's a few things I'm going to do today. First off, I'm going to set up a weekly spread for this coming week. So the 22nd through the 28th. So I'm going to get that weekly set up, and then I'm also going to just go back and check back in with all of my spreads from last week, check in on my monthly spreads, and just do a little bit of like bullet journal housekeeping to end our week. I love getting a chance to really sit down with my bullet journal for a couple hours on Sunday, and I love lining that up with the live streams. Getting to like make that a part of all of our Sunday routine is so much fun. I love getting to hang out with you guys and do some bullet journaling. So if you want to do some bullet journaling with me today, get out your supplies. Yes, Luna. Come here. And before we get started, Luna would like to say hello. Luna. Yeah. You want a bullet journal too? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Zoe, for the super chat of $10. Thank you so much for all you do. Wow. I really appreciate that, Zoe. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. From Luna as well. Thank you. Yeah. Luna, you're the one who was bothering me. All right, get out of here. Get out of here. She is still trying to jump into my Monstera. Do you see her? She has not gotten that out of her head. All right, I'm gonna let Luna out real quick. She's being a little monster, and then we will get going with this bullet journal live stream. And hello, Cherie. Welcome in. All right, Luna, you want to go out? Get out then. Okay, so this charger out of the way here. So let's get right into this. So I'm going to start off by creating my weekly spread for this coming week. So that way I have home for all of the things that I need to get done this coming week. So I wasn't really planning on this, but I am so obsessed with this new Halloween collection that even though it's May and it's super random, I want to use this collection again for this weekly spread that I'm going to set up. And then I think that'll be the last spread that I'll be using any of these stickers in until October. I'm definitely going to be using this sticker theme for my October setup, except I think I'll probably end up using the darker color variation that I'm working on. So this is the pastel sticker collection, but then I'm also creating a darker color version, and that is going to be this month's Patreon rewards. So I'll give you guys a little peek at that really quick. You have until the end of the month to sign up for Patreon if you want to receive this darker Halloween collection. This will be available in my shop in the next like month or so after it ships out to May patrons. But in case you guys are interested, this is the color scheme for this darker version that is going to be May's $15 and up Patreon rewards. This is just the completed monthly kit right here, and I still have to create the rest of the sheets in this color scheme. But I think I'll probably end up using this collection for my October bullet journal setup. So I have my Halloween theme laid out way in advance, which is really fun. But so I'm going to use this pastel version of the collection for one more weekly spread before I put it away until October. Hey, Jamie, welcome in. So let's just go ahead and flip the page, and I'm going to lay in my weekly spread right here. So first thing is I want to get your guys' opinion of what type of weekly spread I'm going to create today. So I'm going to do a little poll in the YouTube chat window. And I'm going to do a few different options: horizontal, vertical, or a grid weekly. That is going to be our first question. And then I'm also going to do another poll after that, seeing if we want to do a Dutch door setup. Okay, so there is a poll at the top of the chat window. Let me get all 20 of you to put your vote in of what type of weekly layout you want me to set up today. And we have three options, which is horizontal, vertical, and grid. In case you guys are a little bit unsure what those three options mean, I'll do a quick little poorly drawn example. So horizontal just means that my daily sections have more of a horizontal layout. So something sort of like this. This is very simplified, obviously. A vertical layout is where my daily sections have long vertical spaces. So something more like this. Again, this is a very simplified, cut down version. And then a grid style is where my daily sections are more like squares. They don't quite have as much of a horizontal or vertical direction, and they're a little bit more even like that. So this is just kind of like a simplified version of how I think of different weekly layouts. It's basically like, do I want my sections to be long and wide, tall and narrow, or more square? So those are the 3 options I have in the poll. I have 26 people in the chat right now, and about 19 people have voted, and we're tied between vertical and grid. So I'm going to keep that poll going a little bit longer until I get almost everybody to vote. In the meantime, I'm going to take a look at the chat here. Fatima said, the Halloween collection is epic. Unfortunately, I don't celebrate that holiday, so I'm waiting to upgrade tier on a collection I won't be able to resist. That is a really great thing about Patreon, Fatima, is that you can just hold back on upgrading and wait until it's a collection that you're like really dying to get. But yeah, I think that's a good point, Jamie, that I feel like this collection, because of especially the pastel colors, I feel like you could just take this as like a ghost collection and not even use it for Halloween. Just something to keep in mind. But definitely understand that, Fatima, if you don't celebrate Halloween, then this might not be the collection that is really calling to you. Jen said that every time I try a grid style weekly, I feel like the spread is crowded or messy. All right. Well, lucky for you, grid is what has won the poll. So I'm going to end the poll and we are going to do a grid style weekly. And hopefully, Jen, it can give you an idea of how to execute a grid style weekly um, without having it look crowded or messy. So let's see. Fatima said, I noticed the best tier upgrade should be 1 to 5. Oh, wait. So I noticed the best tier upgrade should be 1 to 5 to which one? 30? I mean, I'm always supportive of people joining the $30 tier. But the $30 tier on my Patreon is definitely the most popular. I have, I think, almost 100 people under the $30 Patreon tier. That is a very, very popular tier. So I think my 2 most popular tiers on Patreon are my lowest tier at $1 and then my highest tier at $30. Cherie said, make little headstones for the days of the week. Ooh, I like that idea, Cherie. Fatima said, I meant digital sticker wise. So the $30 tier, Fatima, gets you the entire digital sticker collection every month. The $15 tier, you get the digital monthly kit. And then the $25 tier, you get the monthly kit, a decorative sheet, and a functional add-on sheet. And the $30 tier comes with the entire collection, which includes the Patreon exclusive sheets. So all 3 of those tiers are great for digital stickers, just depends on how many sheets you want. But for example, this pastel version is not this month's rewards, it's gonna be the other color version. But as a little example, this is what you would get if you join the $15 tier. These are the digital sticker sheets that you will receive. Hey, Monica, welcome in. Welcome everybody else who's joining on in, by the way. I hope you guys are having a lovely Sunday. And I am just about to start setting up my weekly spread for next week. And I'm going to be doing a grid style weekly. So I have another question for you guys, and that is, should I do a Dutch door on this weekly spread? Yes or no? And the Dutch door is where I cut the page and have like a extra little flap that is hanging out in the middle of the spread. So let me know, do you want me to do a Dutch door? We have about 25, 30 people here, so I'll wait till most of you guys have voted. Monica said, my abstract watercolor kit turned up at the end of last week. I think I'm all caught up. Oh, hell yeah, Monica. That is so exciting. Didn't you like just get your rainforest collection too? Interesting how those two, like that abstract watercolor collection, it sounds like went a little bit quicker in the mail. I'm so happy that you've received everything now. Hey, Chumbawamba, welcome in. Okay, the poll is overwhelmingly voting for yes, we want a Dutch door. So I'm going to do that first. And okay, so one more question right here. Start a poll. Actually, I was going to do a poll asking if we want a vertical or a horizontal Dutch door, but I am answering my own question. I want to do a vertical Dutch door. So I'm going to start off with that. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to chop off the whole right side of this right page. So the entire right half of this page, I'm just going to cut right off. Just like that. Now let's draw in our grids. I'm going to start off with a pencil just so I can make sure that my spacing and everything is turning out okay. And let's see, where is my pencil? I feel like it's in here somewhere. Nope, none of those are a pencil. How about over here? No. Maybe over here. Yes. Fatima said, are there stickers in your collection that you have never used yet? Yes, there are. Especially in like my functional sheets, like the one that comes to mind right off the bat, which I'm actually trying to think if this is true. I think it is. I was going to say my sheet of reading essentials. I don't think I've actually used myself yet. I have used most of the sticker sheets in my inventory. I've definitely used like most of the themed collections. I haven't used the vintage science collection yet. I haven't used maybe I've used the birds and the bees a little bit for like a daily page or something. But yeah, there's only one or two of the themed collections I haven't used at all. And then some of the functional stickers, again, I haven't used. You know, maybe some of the student stuff I haven't used. I know I haven't used that newer reading essentials page, but once again, I have used most of my stickers. Most of my stickers are things that I design basically for myself. So it makes it easier to like really use them all. But some of the like the sheet of reading essentials is definitely more something I designed with my very bookish customers in mind. Chumbawamba said, I love the weather icons. I wish you would digitize them. That is on the list, Chumbawamba, of stickers to eventually digitize. So eventually it will happen. Monica said, I have a few more words for your header sheet if you plan to do another one. I definitely want to do another one of those, Monica. One of those $30 Patreon only sticker sheets that is just entirely filled up with header suggestions for my $30 patrons. Okay, I cut this Dutch door actually one column too short. So let me go in and fix that. Usually I can eyeball where the center of the page is, but sometimes I'm a little off. Okay. So I need now my daily sections here. So I have this vertical Dutch door. So I think what I'm going to do probably is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to have my daily sections go. Actually, I think I'll have my daily sections on the big pages and then have this Dutch door flap be like my weekly dashboard type section. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so let's go in now with my grids. So my page is 19 centimeters tall. So I'm going to have each grid section be 18 spaces tall and 6 or 12 spaces wide. So 12 spaces by 16. And that's going to leave a little empty space between each box. So I'm going to have 2 right here. Oh, Monica, have you not seen my reading essentials sheet? I feel like when I created that, like, I feel like I was creating it almost with you in mind, Monica. Reading essentials right here. I'll send a link to it. I'm really surprised. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if you recognize it, if it's something that you have or not. There is the link to that, Monica. And there's a digital version of that as well, actually. Let me see. Digital reading. Yes, here is the digital version. What's everyone drinking today? Today, Cherie, I just have a boring water, boring hydration, and it's room temperature. If who was saying Jocelyn? If Jocelyn was here, she would be so proud to see I'm drinking some room temperature water. It looks like everybody in the chat is drinking water. I guess it's Hydration Sunday. We're all trying to get hydrated. Thank you for the hydration reminder, Cherie. Okay, I'm ready to draw my boxes out here now. So I'm gonna use this pen right here. So again, 16 spaces tall by 12 spaces wide with 2 spaces in between each box. Jamie said, drinking Pepsi, the straw on my water bottle broke, so I haven't had water in a couple days until I get a new one. That is really funny. Like, no straw, can't do it. I get that though. Fatima said, how could you go days without water? I can't. I'd mummify and die. See, I definitely relate with Jamie. I can easily go days without drinking water. I drink lots of other beverages, like lots of other hydrating beverages. They're probably not that great for you, but like the um, Body Armor, sports drinks, and stuff like that. So I think that's why I could get away with it. But I definitely can forget to drink water for days. That's why for me, it ends up being really important that I like very consciously focus on hydrating, because otherwise I'll just keep not drinking water. Zoe said, I'm really trying to stay hydrated. I'm working in the count room in a casino tonight. So shifts go from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Wow, what a shift. And that's so interesting, Zoe, that you work in a casino and you're working the count room. The count room is like where you're like counting like money and chips, right? Is that right? I might be wrong, but that's what I have in my head. Okay, just money. Just counting money. I'm sure that sounds cooler in theory than in practice. Like, I'm sure in practice, that's a pretty boring job, but it sounds badass. Like it makes you sound like I think about I think about the movie Casino with Robert De Niro. Okay, Luna, I'll let you in. Okay. Hang on, I have to interrupt myself to let Luna in because she is screaming. Okay. Come on. What is it, honey? What is it? What is it? Are you purring? No, come back here. Come back here. No, where are you going? Come here. No, 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 no. She is obsessed with wanting to jump into my Monstera plant. Luna, you cannot do that. It's not allowed. It's not allowed, honey. And you're going to get in trouble if you do it. You hear? You're going to get in trouble. Do you want to get in trouble? Sort of. She's mad. She's mad, but she's purring. She's purring so loud. Let me see if I can get the microphone over here. Oops. Hopefully I'm not being too loud for you guys. Are you bunting the microphone? Are you purring? Are you purring, Luna? Are you purring? Are you such a good purrer? Oh, Luna. You're so cute. You're so cute, Luna. Are you bunting everybody? Are you bunting them so good? I feel like she's only purring and being cute because she's hoping that I'll let her jump into the Monstera. Huh. Is that the only reason? Is that the only reason? I could definitely just do like an entire hour stream of just cuddling Luna. Oh. Oh, Luna. Are you making tiny biscuits? Aw. She's being so freaking cute right now. Okay. Go on. Go on. Get your little butt out of my face. Freaking Luna. All right. Can you please get your butt out of my face? Yeah, you can lie down right there on top of everything. That's okay. Today you can. All right, there was our Luna cuddle break. She seems to have forgotten about the Monstera temporarily and is now laying on the desk across from me. So, content little kitty, and she's licking her butt. All right, let's get back to these daily sections here. So I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. Actually, is that what I want to do? I'm trying to think. So normally I would do 4 other ones on this side, giving me 8 total boxes. Hey mom, welcome in. We're all cuddling with her. I know, Luna's just sharing the love all around. Okay, this is interesting. So, Zoe, who's working the count room in a casino tonight, said that in Alberta, the casinos use people from charities to work positions. And then every quarter, the money that the charities have made gets divided between the charities. So it's free work. I'm what's referred to as an angel. So if the charities can't get enough people from their organizations, then they call on angels to fill spots. That is so interesting. Thank you for explaining that. I never have heard of that. I never knew that that was a thing at all. So, learn something new every day. Okay. So, like I said, normally I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I'm sort of thinking that I'm going to do something a little different. So, I think I'm going to leave the back of this for some sort of list. And then I need 3 more boxes for 3 days of the week. But the reason I'm thinking of changing my mind is because I kind of like the idea of doing a horizontal header at the top here. Do I want to do that though? No, maybe I will do the original plan. Let's do the original plan. Hello, Beck. Good morning. Welcome in. So happy to see you here today. It's always a good day when Beck joins the chat. I'm glad this live stream is a little bit later in the day for my Australia and New Zealand folks. It's a slightly more reasonable hour for you guys to attend a stream. Let's see, did I mess up the spacing here? No. And today's stream, I don't have a specific time estimate, but because I'm just going to be going until I'm done with my bullet journaling and ready for next week. But I'm anticipating that we'll probably be going for a couple hours. So maybe for like another hour and a half or so. Beck asked, what themes are everyone using for June? Such a good question, Beck. I can't believe we only have, like another week until June, pretty much 10 days. So it is about that time when we start thinking about what themes we're going to be using for our monthly bullet journal setups, if you're somebody that does themed monthly setups like I do. So I am very curious, what themes are you guys thinking of using? Does anybody have their themes all chosen out? Has anybody already set up their June spreads? Monica, I know you're someone who normally has things set up ahead of time. It's been this way for me for like a little while where I don't really know what theme I'm going to use until the day comes, basically. And I've really loved having some options and letting you guys vote on my theme. But for June, I've definitely been considering using my newer rainforest collection. I've also been thinking about summer citrus because that's a theme I haven't used yet. And am I correct that June is the start of summer here in the US? Start of summer. Yes, June 21st. That's what I thought. So that's why I was thinking maybe a summery theme, like summer citrus. And are there any other options I'm considering? I feel like those are the two main ones. Beck said, I've missed so many streams because I've been sick again. Oh no. You're feeling better, just still some headaches and congestion. Oh, that's the worst, Beck. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you're here today. We have missed you so, so much. And Beck said, I haven't used the Kayla theme for a while, so I might have to choose one of those. Jen is thinking of doing the abstract watercolor theme, but maybe also busting out the painted leaves sticker collection. Zoe is thinking a swan theme. I love that. Amity's using the lavender honey theme for your June weeklies. Aubrey's thinking maybe watermelons, using my original and dark watermelon sticker collections. I love that. Fatima said that my painted leaves sticker collection is your all-time fave. And Ale is setting up June right now with the Carnival collection. Jen said, has there been any talk of what June's new sticker designs will be? So we were actually talking about it a little bit during my live stream yesterday, and I'm not entirely sure yet what options are going to be on the poll for June's sticker theme. If you aren't a patron, my patrons get to vote on what the new theme is going to be every month for my new sticker collections. But I was thinking maybe a pets theme. That's something I've been wanting to do for years and have never done. So that was one option I was thinking of. But I think what I'll probably end up doing is getting some suggestions from my patrons. Sometimes I'll do a theme suggestion post where people can just comment themes they're wanting to see. And then I go through and choose the most popular options from those and put them into a theme poll. So I think I might do that. Okay, we got our boxes in. We have our little sidebar here. So I'm going to start off with a little header box, and that's going to be right here. So I think I want to use this sheet of Pastel Ghosts and Friends. Maybe this like romantic skeleton couple. They would be really cute. I could also do this one here, but I kind of like the idea of this big romantic skeleton couple. So let's go ahead and do that. Beck also has the Painted Leaves collection in mind, or the Rainy Day collection. Those are both such good options. Fatima said that the Rainy Day Plan With Me video was the first time you saw my content. Love it. Yeah, that is a very popular collection. Okay, so I like this. I think, though, that I want to do, like, maybe some watercolor. I want, like, a pop of color behind these. And I was thinking that this would be a really fun collection to do some pastel watercolor backgrounds with. So why don't we do that? Why not? I feel like you using some watercolor would be really fun. And I actually have a tiny bit of my water left here that I was drinking. So I'm just going to use that as my paint water so that I don't need to get up and go get new paint and everything. So I'm just going to use this brush I have sitting over here. I'll use the rest of my drinking water here. And let me just choose some pastel watercolor paints, like the pastel purple, pink, blue, and I'm thinking this like teal turquoise watercolor as well. Actually, maybe not that, but maybe let's bring in a little bit of more pink and then a little bit of yellow. This is kind of similar to the watercolors I used in my, or for my Windows of the World sticker collection and bullet journal setup. All right. Got some watercolors. Beautiful. I'm going to grab some paper clips just so I can clip down my page to prevent warping. Let's see. There's got to be one more paper clip sitting around here somewhere. There we go. All right, I'm just going to fill this box here with some watercolor. And again, I have the smallest little bit of water over here that I'm going to use. The brush I'm using is a little different than what I would normally use because I just grabbed what was right in front of me. Let's grab some of this peachy color. Oops. And a little bit of that yellow as well. Let's go to a little bit more of that peach. And now I want to start bringing some of that blue in here. Try my best to not get any weird, muddy green colors, which might be a little bit of a challenge, but I'm going to try my best. The only greenish color I want is a little bit of this tealy, turquoisey color. But as you can see, I'm really trying to keep this pastel. Try not to get too saturated here with all these different colors I got. Hey, Kristen, welcome in. So happy you're able to join us today. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. See, let's do some more blue down here. A little bit more of that turquoise. Let's throw in some more of that peach. And some more purple and pink. I'm loving these theme suggestions, by the way. If you are wanting to have your suggestion more potentially be included in the theme poll for June, consider joining Patreon at just the $1 tier, and that will give you access to the theme suggestion post that I'll be posting either a little bit later this month or at the beginning of June. And that way you can make sure to get your suggestions in over there because that's where I'm going to be referencing that when I'm creating the theme poll for June. But I'm really loving some of these suggestions you guys are having a little bit different than what I've created in the past. I love Aubrey's suggestion of a farm kit with red barns, pretty landscapes, hay bales, etc. Cherie has a suggestion of a picture theme where you pick pictures of what you could draw. I am really intrigued by that idea, Cherie, even though I don't think I'm 100% understanding what you're saying. I feel like I'm sort of am, and I like it. But yeah, I definitely think I'm going to be doing the a theme poll based on theme suggestions from Patreon. So if you're wanting to vote on my June sticker theme or suggest June sticker themes, once again, you can join Patreon for $1. Fatima said, so I noticed that the old stickers, like 2018 ones, have the year and month written on the calendar pages. Some very cute designs like the woodland. I would love to get blank designs on it. Okay, Fatima, are you talking about the printable calendars on Patreon? That is a very good idea because I know what you're talking about. I have some when I used to make my calendar printables, I used to make them only dated for that specific month, and then eventually I moved away from that and started making them blank instead. And I would definitely consider going back and uh, changing or kind of upgrading those calendars that only have dated versions. Definitely open to that. I actually am going to be doing a printable design live stream. Um, I think for my next Patreon stream, Fatima. So maybe you can toss your suggestion in there um, if you're gonna be there for that theme, or if you're gonna be there for that live stream. Yeah, Zoe. Kayla is my full name. Kay is just like the uh shortened version that I use for planning with Kay and all of that, but short for Kayla. We are chatty today. I know I love chatty streams. I feel like these Sunday bullet journal streams are often chatty ones. We're all just hanging out. I love it. Okay, so there's my little pastel splotchy background here. And that is, I think, dry enough that I can start once again to lay in this skeleton sticker. Cherie suggested a treehouse theme. I love that idea. I think that we've had that suggestion before, but I would love to revisit that because I do really love the idea of a treehouse theme. All right, stick that in. I'm going to put, I think, some little ghosts flying up around them as well. Jen said, I'm still holding out for a strawberry theme. Oh my goodness, Jen. I want a strawberry theme to happen so bad as well. So maybe that should go on the poll. I feel like it's a little bit out of season for a strawberry theme, but Strawberries don't have to be in spring or summer. I feel like we can do a strawberry theme whenever we want. But I love the idea of a strawberry theme. Actually, instead of using this fresh sheet here, let me use this one over here that I have not used yet, or this one that I've already started using. Yeah, strawberry theme. I love that. Cherie also had a suggestion for bottom of the ocean, like a coral reef theme is something I've always really wanted to do. So let me stick in a couple little ghosties. Something like that. Are you snoring over there, Luna? And then maybe a couple of these little hearts. Like that. So cute. All right, let's write our little header for the week at the top. So, what did I say this is for? The 22nd through the 28th. Hey, Lisa, you'd love to see an Asian theme with pandas and bamboo. Love that suggestion. Panda and bamboo theme would be so cute. Oh, I can see it. I can see it in my head. I really love that idea, actually, Lisa. I am once again going to really encourage all of you to join the $1 Patreon tier so that you can leave these suggestions in the suggestion post I'm going to be posting. I think I'll make sure I'll post that before the end of this month. I could even post that today. There's no reason for me to really wait, but I'm going to be doing a post on Patreon to get all of these suggestions compiled. But I'm loving these suggestions, even if they don't make it in, if the original suggesters of these themes don't make it in. I'm going to really try to remember these suggestions that I'm really liking. And also for any of my patrons in the chat, if you are liking any of these suggestions, like the panda bamboo theme, I'll also put it on you guys to maybe make sure those end up in the suggestion post, because I don't want to forget. All right, let's do a little header here. So this is, what did I say? May 22nd through 28th. So I think I'll probably do like May at the top here. Like that. And then 22nd through 28th, I'm just going to do right in the middle here. I'm using my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen. There we go. I love that. So cute. All right, so let's do my weekly headers now. And I'm thinking that I should just use these. I have to admire how good I did on my color choices for this watercolor background. It really does match this collection like so well. So pat on the back for me. So I'm going to just use these weekly headers from the functional add-on sheet and stick them right at the top of my sections here. And I'm trying to decide what order I want to go here. I think I'll probably do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, And then here, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Cherie, I think what I'll do, I still like the idea of doing little headstones. I think maybe I'll have them come out from the bottom and put the date on them. And if for some reason I don't end up doing that for this spread, I'll be sure to bust that idea back out when I'm using this theme again in October. But I do like the idea. I like the idea too of them maybe being like black headstones with the date written in white. And once again, today is the last day to get 25% off all of my Halloween themed stickers in my shop. You can use the code Spooky Spring at checkout. And I also actually gave my patrons a code that gets them 40% off of all the Halloween stickers. So if you want to get 40% off instead, you can join Patreon and just scroll back in the feed a little bit to find the Halloween in May sale post. And that has that 40% coupon exclusively for my patrons. But everybody else can get 25% off all my Halloween stickers using the code Spooky Spring at checkout. And today is the final day of that sale. And that includes this new collection right here. All right, there we go. So there is the daily section part of this weekly all done. I still have this little flap in between. So if you wanted to do the spread not with the Dutch door, that's what it would end up looking like. I think a good example for whoever was saying earlier that they struggle to make weekly spreads like this that don't end up looking cluttered or too busy. I really like the kind of cleanness of my grid weekly spreads like this. But we are also then going to have our little Dutch door flap here as well, accompanying this weekly. So let me now let me do the headstone idea here. So I think I like the idea of them popping up from the right corner here. And I'm going to do some in like a variety of different shapes. My goodness, my stomach is making some funny sounds. Like that. Let's do another one of this shape up here. And then what's another headstone shape? I guess more like just a rectangular one. All right. So I am just going to color those in all black, and then I'm going to use white gel pen on top. Thank you for that reminder, Beck. If you're watching the stream right now and enjoying yourself, don't forget to give this video a like. It really helps me out. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're not already, so you're notified whenever I post a new video. I am back to posting edited YouTube videos again, which is very exciting. Not just doing the live streams. And I also post shorts on YouTube pretty regularly. um, which is great for anyone who doesn't keep up with my Instagram or my TikTok quite as much. And I'm using my Tombow Fudenosuke hard tip brush pen again to fill these in. I would use one of my other markers that's a little bit thicker, but I'm not sure if the white gel pen it will work as well on top of those. So that's why I've decided to just use this pen that I know works well with the gel pen on top. A good idea for me would be a to-do list on one side of the Dutch door and a memories section on the other side where I can paste a couple of pictures. Oh, I love that idea of having a little memory photo wall. I really like that idea. What I was thinking was doing my to-do list on the front and then doing a next week list on the other side. So as I'm completing these weekly headers, I'm going to ponder if that's still what I want to do. I think that probably is. I really liked doing this little end of the week to-do list here today, which helped me to kind of brainstorm everything that I need to put on this weekly that I'm creating right now. So I kind of like the idea of having the back of this kind of be a spot for that. Like on Sunday, I can visit this list of things that didn't get done or things that I need to carry over to next week. But that's the awesome thing about these little Dutch door flaps is it's a really easy little bit of extra space where you can put whatever is most useful for you. You know, I know a lot of people really like using their weeklies for meal planning. So that could be your little meal planning section. A lot of people, like my mom, who just suggested, really like having spot for pasting photos and memory keeping every week. Um, some people just like having like a blank note section. Y'all know that's why we love bullet journaling. We love it for that customization. I'm so happy, Jen, that you're liking this setup and that the Dutch door here is maybe making this style of weekly more appealing to you for your running task list. I work really well with running task lists as well. Most of my tasks are more on like a weekly basis, meaning that typically when a week starts, I know that, okay, this is what I need to get done this week. and fewer of those tasks are really daily specific. Obviously, things like live streams are specific to the day, scheduled events like that. But because I run my own business, I have freedom in terms of like what specific tasks I complete on each day. So a lot of the times I really like having a more running weekly task list. And then as the day approaches, that is when I'll actually then create my to do list for the day. And I'll take items from that running task list and put them on the day when I decide that today is the day I'm actually going to do that thing. So I really like having a big running weekly task list. For weeklies where I don't have a separate running task list, um, I kind of use my daily to-do list almost like a running task list. Like I'll write things down on a day, even if I know I'm not going to do it that day, just so that it's written down and can then get migrated to the day I'll actually end up doing it. But so I'll kind of like write things down on my to-do list for the day that I know I'm not going to get done, but I just need them to live somewhere so that way they can eventually get migrated and completed on a different day. But that's only when I have weeklies where I don't have a separate running task list. Sometimes my weekly spreads just have the daily sections, kind of like if I were to do this spread without the Dutch store. All right, so there are tombstones filled in. I'm gonna let those dry a little bit longer um, before I go in with the white gel pen on top. I just want to give them a chance to really have the ink really settle and dry, so my white gel pen is not picking it up. All right, there we go. All right, so let's let those dry and let's work on this side of my Dutch door. And this is going to be like I just was talking about, a running task list for the week. So let's think about what I want to use here. I'm sort of thinking maybe just this tasks sticker right here. But I also like the idea of maybe using my same lettering here. So maybe what I'll do is some watercolor. And I also like the idea of using another one of these illustrations down at the bottom here. So maybe I'll use our little ghost kitty and ghost dog, aka Luna and Bones, because of course all of our animals always have names. So I could do them at the bottom. I also like the trick-or-treaters. I could also just do some of my colorful ghosts. Lots of decisions to make. I would totally use one of these square scenes at the bottom here, but since I just used them yesterday, I'm wanting to use some that are a little bit different. I also have these little mini scenes. I think the only thing that's really calling to me right now is the watercolor. I think I want to lay in a little watercolor splash at the top here for my header, and then maybe like a circle at the bottom, and I can stick a like single bit of decoration down at the bottom there, like maybe like a ghost or something like that. I like the idea of the pumpkin cherie, but I don't think I'm going to bring any pumpkins into this spread. All right, let's just do a little bit of watercolor splash up here. Keep it nice and pastel. Our cats do that as well. They meow like crazy to go outside. They love going outside. We bring them out into the backyard with like leashes on, supervised outside time. But oh, they love it so much. It makes them so happy. But so it'll be kind of similar. This is the room that has the door to the outside that we take them out. So sometimes I'll just hear them in here just meowing at the door. All right, something like that. Just a very simple little watercolor splash that will have my header on top. Didn't really get any of this blue in here. Sprinkle some of that in over here. Oh, that is so funny, Fatima. How you said this little sticker here, which is like a silhouetted child trick-or-treating with a ghost costume on, looks just like you when you go out in a niqabi, which is a veiled face head to toe in black clothing. I totally think of that sticker as me now. I love that. I'm definitely going to be thinking about that now when I use this sticker. Be like, that's Fatima. You don't celebrate Halloween, but you do wear a rad outfit like this one. Okay, I think that these should be dry now. And I'm trying to remember which gel pen is the one that I prefer for using on top of black like this. I think when it's this ink, I can use my Jelly Roll, which is like my preferred white gel pen. But I think the other one is what I use normally if I'm writing on top of something because it doesn't pick up the ink as much. So I'm going to let this little patch dry here so I can do a little test on there. And in the meantime, I guess let me also do a little watercolor circle or box maybe at the bottom here. And Cherie suggested using the headstone with the crow. And I do like that idea as well, but I don't want to mix other headstones with these ones just because they're going to look like kind of different, you know? I don't know. Just my weird brain being weird. So I don't think I'm going to use the headstone sticker since I'm drawing out the headstones, but let's do a watercolor background down here. Do you guys think I should do a circle or a box? Hmm. Let's see. I'm going to write in tasks here while I ponder it. That's kind of what I was thinking too, Jen, that a box would be more consistent. Task list. I was considering the haunted house sticker as well, Jen. The only reason I wasn't going to use it is because I did a haunted house on this page, but I don't think I'm going to let that stop me. I do really like the idea of the haunted house. I feel like that would fit best down here, and then I could have the watercolor more like rising up from it, or maybe just doing a box of watercolor again. Hey, Addison, welcome. I think what I'm going to do is do like a shorter rectangle of watercolor at the bottom, and then I'll have probably the haunted house sticker coming up from it. The other one I was considering was this one of Luna on top of the pumpkins. Addison said, "How late am I? I've been going for an hour and 15 minutes, Addison." I'm also considering just doing a bunch of ghosts at the bottom here as well. I think no matter what, I'm going to do what I just said of doing a little pastel watercolor box at the bottom here. A little rectangle. It's not going to be like a full box, but just maybe up till here. Let's get some of this yellowy cream color in here. Oops. Some more of that blue. Some more of that teal. And then also a little bit more pink. And then let's bring a little bit more purple down here. I love learning about these different pieces of your culture, Fatima. Just very different from, me being somebody that lives in the United States. I just really appreciate you sharing about like your, clothing. And I know we've had conversations with you in past streams too. And I really appreciate just you like letting us know about these different customs and like why you wear veils, the different factors into like when that changes throughout your life and the things you get to choose there. I just really appreciate it. It's a it's information that again I feel like I don't hear very often here. Um so yeah, I really appreciate that type of like open conversation. I really appreciate just the chat in general for always facilitating conversation like that. I love getting to learn about the people that watch me. I love getting to learn about all of you and like the different countries you live in, the different religions you guys have, the different customs and traditions. So it's always just really cool getting to learn about different people from all over the world. And I think it's so freaking cool that we're all here in the same little online community. Like, just really it's a very cool thing how stickers and journaling and planners is like an online niche that spreads so far and wide to all different countries, all different ages, all different backgrounds. It's so cool. I love that we never have like a our audience is never just like a homogenous lump of the same type of person. We have so many different people here. And I know maybe the one demographic that this online niche is not very spread across is gender. That being said, I know that we do have our uh people in our community that are men and that are non-binary and are trans, but it is very dominated by women, which I don't mind. I love having these That's funny. Jake just waved at me through the backyard door. Um, but yeah, I was just going on about how I love how diverse our this audience is, and I love how when we're all chatting with each other during these streams, how there are so many different people here and so many opportunities for us to learn about different people all over the world. So, thank you to all of you for being so open in these live streams and in the chat, for being so open to sharing your own life, but also open to asking and hearing about other people's lives. It's really special. It's something I really love about our little online community. All right, I'm going to do my little gel pen test here. And what I'm trying to see is, does the pen pick up the black and make it not white anymore? And I know that these Uniball pens are really good for writing on top of things. The reason I don't like to use these as much is because they have more of an issue with like transferring to the other page. Um, and that is really the main reason why I've switched away from the Uniball and gone to mostly only using my Jelly Roll white gel pens. But that Jelly Roll is looking perfect on top of this black. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that. Beck said, my husband journals a little, but isn't as committed to the lifestyle as me. That's similar with Jake, too. Jake, he definitely journals. He's always writing things down, but it's in his own way. It's not as like organized. It's a little bit more chaotic. But I would say it's similarly where like Jake journals, but he's not as committed to the lifestyle. And my mom said that my dad just started his first habit tracker so he can say that he journals too. That's so cool. Well, I'm very curious how that works out for him, Mom, if it's something that he like keeps up with without you having to remind him. But that's really awesome. Hey, Andrea, welcome from France. Hello, hello. Okay, let's do our dates on the tombstones. And I'm also gonna do, um I'm also gonna do, like, little cracks and stuff in the tombstones. Fatima said, "That sticker just made me laugh every time I see that because my kid used to draw me like that when he draws my family in preschool." That's so funny. Chumbawamba said that their significant other tried digital journaling a while ago, but fell off of it. Just glad that they gave it a fair shot. It's all you can ask. It's not for everybody, but it's always cool when people give things a try, you know? Jamie said, "How does everyone pronounce their name?" Weird thing for me where when I say your name in my head, I need to say it correctly. I can give you some help on the ones that I definitely know I'm pronouncing right, like Fatima, um, right above you, Jamie. That's one I've asked the pronunciation on, so I know I'm getting it. Cherie is pronounced Cherie, not Cherry. My mom's name is a little tough. It's Gudrun, Gudrun. Um, Celtic Peasant, AKA Zoe. I'm trying to think if there's any other names in the chat that are a little bit tougher to pronounce. I think those are the most difficult ones. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with 22. Oh, Celtic. I always mispronounce that, Zoe. I know, like, I thought I was saying it right because last time I was like, I know I mispronounced it, and I thought I had said Celtic, but clearly my brain just really wants to say Celtic. Sorry, Celtic. All right, let's do 23. 24. Want to make sure to let those dry a little bit before I turn the page. Do again just a little bit of like detail on here. Beck said that all of your kids have names that can be tricky to pronounce. What are your kids' names, Beck? If you like, I totally understand if you don't want to share that, but I can't remember if I've really know your kids' names. Fatima said, having to name kids is the hardest for me. Not the pregnancy, not the delivery, not the healing after, but naming the baby. That is so interesting. I mean, I get that, Fatima, because it's kind of a big thing, but I feel like it's just talked about so nonchalantly as if like naming someone is not a big deal. Think it's also just very different person for person because, some people, it's like they know exactly what they're gonna name their children, like, their whole lives. They already know. They already have it decided. Whereas I know some people don't choose their child's name until they, like, meet them, till they're born, because they don't feel like they can give them a name until they meet them. And I know I've heard stories of people who have had their baby for, like, a couple weeks before they finally solidified the name decision. So, I don't think you're alone, but I don't think I hear it talked about very often, how challenging it can be to choose names for your children. Oh, amazing, Beck. I'm honored that you're gonna DM me to let me know what your kids' names are, especially because you said that they're all kind of tough to pronounce. It makes me very, very curious. Let's see, Addison loves the name Naomi. Jamie always said that you were gonna name a daughter Aurelia. Beck says, "I wouldn't name my babies until I had met them." And Fatima said, "I didn't check the gender of your first, so it took a while for your husband and you to agree on a name that you both actually wanted." And Fatima also said, like, "You're giving a child something they'll carry their whole lives." I know, it's a big deal. Interesting. Riley said, "I couldn't wait to choose my name or to find out the gender. But if I was more alert, I would have named my child different after she was born." Oh, interesting, Riley. So you had a name picked out ahead of time, but you're saying that had you like been more alert after delivering your baby, that you would have switched, you would have, like, gone with a different name after the fact, but you ended up just going with the name you had previously decided on? And Cherie said, "I had names for my girls as soon as I knew I was pregnant." So many different experiences when it comes to people naming their children. That's really so interesting. I really love how many parents I have in my audience. I love getting to just hear you guys talk about all of these different nuances of being a parent, as somebody who wants children myself in the future. Um, I count myself very lucky to have so many parents and mothers and all of that in my audience here. Riley said her name is Annabella, but I would have chosen Alice. So interesting, Riley. It's so interesting to like know that, you know? Like, do you ever look at Annabella and like think Alice, you know? Jen said, we picked out our name well in advance, so far in advance that it ended up being the top baby name for boys at all three local hospitals that year. Oh, that's funny. I always love looking up the like top baby names by year. It's always so interesting. And my name is a pretty popular one. I feel like I'm actually hearing Kayla more and more these days. Like in movies and TV shows. I don't feel like I ever really heard my name pop up. And these days I'm hearing it a lot more. So it's very interesting to see how names and the popularity of names changes over the years. Okay. So there are my tombstone dates all laid out. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So now I just need to finish my little Dutch door here. Cherie said, I love my middle name, so I named her my middle name, Abigail. Oh, I love that. All right. So, what do I want to do on this side? I still think I like my idea of a like next week type list. Maybe I'll even just call it my end of week list. Um, like I did here, since I liked doing this so much. I could also just make it like a notes section, which would leave some flexibility for me if I want to put anything else on that page besides just tasks for next week. Um, but while I decide on that, let me go ahead and stick some thing down here. And I think at the end of the day, I'm going to end up just going with ghosts because I like the idea of keeping the decorative motif kind of a little bit more cohesive on this spread. So we have our ghosts and skeletons, and presumably these skeletons like crawled up from their graves. So I'm going to stick to just doing some ghosts here. So that way I'm not bringing in a bunch of extra elements. So I think I'm going to do this one like this. And then I'll do a little heart and a bat. Like that. Nikki said, my full name is Nicola, but nobody can ever pronounce it, so I go by Nikki. I still love my name, but it's hard to get right. The O is pronounced like an E. Think Nikolai. So do people say like Nicola, like Nicole? Yeah, because I would default to, I think, what's the correct pronunciation, which is Nicola. Um, but I get that people like think Nicole, so like Nicola, but Nicola that's how I automatically pronounce that, Nikki. I never even thought about, like, I never would have thought about that people find that name hard to get right, but that does make sense. I get why people maybe default to that, to Nicola. Yeah, I also really love the name Nicola. Addison said, "This is so off topic, but what are 3 colors that you like together?" 3 colors that I like together. I like let's see. I mean, there's so many combinations of 3 colors that I like together, but just to pick one right now, yellow, pink, and purple. Cherie gets cherry and sherry. That makes a lot of sense. I know that when you were first joining the live stream, Cherie, I know I was calling you Cherry at first. Okay, stop procrastinating, Kayla. Time to do this backside here. And do I want to do more watercolor? I sort of feel like I should to have it cohesive. So let's do another little watercolor header up at the top here. There we go. Another little soft watercolor splash at the top. The chat is so interesting today. There's so much good stuff to catch up on. I love how chatty we all are today. Okay, and do I want to do another one of these at the bottom here? I feel like I should. Addison, are you using these color combinations for something, or is this just curiosity? I feel like if I had to choose like my favorite color combination of 3 colors, it would probably be teal, blue, and purple. Something similar to that. Something in like the blue to green or green to blue to purple range. Right, like that. Oh, for clay bead bracelets. I love that. Okay. So I think I'm gonna have this. Okay, I have to make a final decision. I'm gonna have this say next week. It feels right. Like that. And then same thing at the bottom here. I'm going to do a little ghosty, and I see that we have some suggestions for the uh, petting ghost. So let's go ahead and put this adorable, probably my favorite little sticker in this collection, the little ghost that's petting Luna. Let's put that right there. So cute. See you later, Mom. Thanks so much for joining on in. Okay. There we go. I think that is now this spread all set up. So I'm going to start going in and filling this out and start to plan out my week. I'm going to use my Erin Condren pen that I've been loving, the fine side. And let me start to fill this week in. I'm going to start with my live streams. So I have 3 live streams coming up next week. We have a $5 plus Patreon stream on Tuesday. I'm going to be doing my June Plan With Me live next Saturday, the 27th, and then a $10 plus Patreon stream on Sunday. So let's go ahead and write those in. Okay, Tuesday, $5 at 3 p.m. Chumbawamba said, going through your shop, I noticed you don't have many red kits. Strawberries would be an amazing theme. I know, I really do need to I need to do strawberries, and I also need to do more red. So that would really be checking 2 things off at once, because I've noticed that same thing, Chumbawamba. I tend to not really gravitate towards red color schemes, but I do love the color red. It's just not my go-to when I'm designing. I'm trying to think what the most red collection I have is. And, I think about like the Apple Harvest collection is more on the red side. Um, the Forest Friends collection has more red than I would typically use since it has the red plaid. The scrapbook collection has some pops of red, but the Sunflower collection is probably has the most red and yellow. But I definitely do not have any themes that are like properly red. Even the ones that have red in them, it's more of an accent color, not the main color. So a red theme is long overdue. All right. My June Plan With Me live stream on Saturday, the 27th. And that is at 1. And then Sunday is $10 plus stream, also at 1. All right, anything else on my main calendar? No. So let me now go to my little end of week to-do list here. So my top priority for this next week is I need to catch up on my shop order shipments. I'm a little bit behind. Um, Not much though. It'll just take me like a week to catch up. So let's put that at the top of this task list. And then my second priority is shipping out, maybe not shipping it, but printing and cutting all of the stickers for last month's Patreon rewards, which is the honey lavender stickers. So I'm going to do print. Let me see if my second camera is plugged in here. It is. Let me actually give you guys a little bit of a better angle of my writing right now. Let me scooch this over here, bring this over here. There we go. Perfect. Got a little bit of a second angle here. Let's see. Back it up, back it up. Perfect. Maybe just turn the brightness down a little bit. There we go. Again, just give you guys a little bit of a closer look at my writing. Okay, this is an important thing that really I want to put on a daily to-do list because I need to get this done ASAP. So let's put it on tomorrow's list. And that is that I am doing sort of a little special custom color variation sticker sheet for a follower of mine who's getting married next month. And she is doing like a succulent theme for her wedding. And she asked if I could do my succulent sticker sheet with a slightly different color variation, um, which I don't typically do, but I'm kind of doing it as like a little special exception here. So um, I need to get that sheet done so I can send that out to her. So let's do wedding stickers. I feel like we got to do a strawberry kit for June. Now that we're talking about it so much, it's like when we willed the lavender honey collection into existence. Stock up on supplies, paper, and postage. I actually did that yesterday. And I also paid and pulled out my kayaks today. I'm doing a painting commission for my parents, and I need to do a little sample painting for them. So let's put that on the list. Sample commission. That is definitely misspelled, but that's okay. Painting. That is so interesting, Fatima, that you've noticed that creative, artistic people, a lot of them have really short, bitten nails. I am definitely a nail biter. I try really hard to not be a nail biter, and I'm doing actually really well right now. I have a little bit of nails. I also usually am really bad about biting and picking at like the cuticles and like the skin around my nails. But again, this is actually, I'm doing really well. Go me. I just have like a little bit of skin ripped up around, but right now we're doing good. I have a little bit of nails happening. I go through, I think nail biters can probably relate. I go through waves with my nails where I'll have long nails for a little bit and then all of a sudden, a lot of the times it's that I'm watching a scary movie or like I'm anxious and then I'll just no, 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 bite them all off. Okay, I have a goal of filming a new YouTube video this week. I don't know if that's actually gonna end up happening, but I have a goal. So, I'll put it on the list. Actually, I sort of am gonna be filming a new YouTube video automatically because I am gonna do the same thing for my June Plan With Me live stream that I did for May, where I'm gonna edit the live stream down into a, 20 to 30-minute video. So I will have an edited June Plan With Me that will go up, and I'm gonna try to edit that, like, before the start of June or by June 1st. So we'll have the live stream this coming Saturday, but then hopefully I can get the edited version of that posted like right around the 1st of June. All right, and then personal stuff, putting away and sorting the laundry. I've been avoiding that. So let's put that tomorrow. We just have a mega clean clothes pile downstairs in our laundry room. And then a little bill check-in is the last thing I wanted to do here. Ugh, which I really don't want to do, but I should. It's a good thing to do at the end of the month. Um, so I think I'll put that on Sunday so that way I can have my June spreads already set up, my June bill schedule. And I think that that is going to be a great way to make my little bill check-in a little bit smoother. I'm trying to not bury my head in the sand when it comes to my finances. I'm trying to actually look at them, be aware of them. So, go me. Pat on the back. Zoe said, I love your live streams. You're so terrifically interactive. It's wonderful. Thank you so much, Zoe. It's really easy. I love talking with you guys. And I actually, my mom just sent me this the other day, a little like Facebook post she had that showed that I am almost at my 5-year Patreon anniversary. I started my Patreon on May 30th 5 years ago. So I have been live streaming consistently for 5 years, which is really, really cool to think about. Um, But yeah, it's like it's so natural for me at this point interacting with you guys in these streams. And it makes sense. I've had a lot of practice at it at this point, you know. I get a lot of questions from people when especially people in like my normal life, my in-person life, when I tell them about that I live stream. A lot of the times I get the reaction of like, "Oh, I couldn't do that," you know? "Oh, that I would be so awkward. That would be so awkward." And it was awkward. It was awkward in the beginning, you know? Getting used to just like talking to a camera or talking to a chat window. Um, it was a journey, you know, but at this point, it's like I feel so at home in these live streams. I'm able to do it without even thinking about it, you know, getting to like chat and interact with you guys and talk with you guys and fill up the time that we're spending together comes so easily now. But I really noticed it, Beck, after watching or editing that May Plan with Me live stream. Watching it through and editing it down made me, like, more aware of I'm like, "Oh, like, I do a pretty good job at these." I'm like, the conversation just really keeps up the whole time. I feel like there's, like, an interesting variety of conversation and different things we talk about. Um, you know, a lot of the times when I'm streaming, and especially when I'm doing the streams that are, like, 6 hours long, I'll get to the end of it and I'll be like, "Oh my god, like why were people there for 6 hours?" Like, that's crazy. Like, people were there the entire 6 hours with me. And it's like, as I'm doing the stream, I'm so in the moment, I'm so just like again, I'm not thinking about it, that it really wasn't until I rewatched an entire 6-hour stream and it oh my goodness, edited it down that it really sunk in where I'm like, it is an entertaining stream, even for 6 hours, you know? I'm like, I do get it. I do get why people stay the whole time. It is a ridiculously long time to be watching a stream for, but we keep it alive, you know? And I really have to say that it's not just me. It wouldn't be that way if it wasn't for you guys. Like the fact that we have this chat that's just is running the entire time with so much amazing conversation, so many amazing questions, so much amazing insight. Like, this would not be the same if I was just talking to myself. I wouldn't be talking this much, period, if it wasn't for you guys being so interactive with me, like, so willing to talk with me and so willing to engage with me. So, it's a two-way street, but I'm just so happy that you guys like these live streams. Thank you so much um for all of the kind words you guys are giving right now about my live streams. I'm so glad that you guys uh find them entertaining, that you like spending time with me. Um I really just appreciate all the positivity and all the enthusiasm about the streams. Especially reflecting on that it's been 5 years since I started my Patreon and 5 years of streaming consistently. Um, it still is the case that this is, like, my favorite thing about what I do. Um, it's like getting to create art and getting to interact with you guys in real time in these streams is so special to me. It's something that I feel like I couldn't get rid of, even if, like, for whatever reason, I'm not doing what I'm doing right now. I'm not bullet journaling or I'm not making stickers. Not that I ever see that happening, but I'm like, this piece we have here where we get to, like, hang out and be friends with each other and talk with each other in real time. It's something I hope I always have, you know? It's really special to me. Let me catch up on the chat right here. Jamie said, "You're the only one who streams I'll watch all the way through or watch the live replay all the way through without speeding it up." Addison said, "It's because 'cause you're so good at doing lives." Oh, I love you guys. The fact that my streams are a comfort for you guys just always makes me so happy to hear. I love that you guys watch the replays. I love that this is a part of all of our routines and all of our like little comfort routines we have for ourselves. Almost every one of these live streams I do, at some point I get into some like gooey sentimental talk about how much I love it, but I just love these streams so much. So grateful for them. Okay. So this was my weekly for this week, by the way, which as you can see, I did not really use. This week, I was so tunnel visioned on into finishing this sticker collection and getting that sale set up that I did not use my bullet journal at all. So I did not use my weekly spread, and I also did not like go back and fill out my daily reviews or anything like that. So I think that I'm probably going to end this stream by doing that, kind of catching up a little bit on the things that I did not fill out. I'm going to do the same thing I've done before for this weekly that I didn't end up using. I'm going to go back and just fill this in like memory style. Maybe also print out a couple pictures, perhaps, but at minimum, write down what happened on each of these days. And then I'm also going to go back to my daily review here and fill out the days that I have missed because there is nothing wrong. Oops, my GoPro pooped out. But what I was going to say is just that there is nothing wrong with going back and filling things out after the fact if you didn't get a chance to use it for the day or week or month that you set it up. So I always like to show that and like be honest and transparent with the fact that sometimes I set things up that I don't end up using. That totally happens. It's a very like normal and okay part about bullet journaling or planning. And I really love to go back and fill in the things that I missed or didn't end up using with like memories and stuff like that. Beck said, when I miss days or don't have time, I try to jot in a couple things in pencil to jog my memory when I come back to fill it in. Oh, I love that idea, Beck. Okay. Before I do that, though, let me refocus in and see if there's anything else now that I want to write down on this weekly. I don't think I'm going to figure out my to-do list for tomorrow yet until today is done because I am still going to be getting some more work done today. So I'm going to wait to fill in any more specifics here until I have a clearer picture of what I'm going to get done for the rest of today. Except for like a couple things that are definites, like tomorrow is trash day. So I need to take out the trash. And then I also want to do my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube short posts. I also need to end my Halloween in May sale. Again, today is the last day to use the code Spooky Spring in my shop for 25% off all Halloween stickers. And I feel like that sounds good for the things that I know I have coming up tomorrow. So let's go back now to this weekly here from this week. And let me just go in and fill this in with a few memories here and there. And I always go through my phone to help me with memories. Oh, Cherie, thank you for that. Doing the theme post. I'm going to put that on tomorrow's to-do list. So if you want to weigh in on and give your suggestions for what theme you want to see for my June sticker collection, join Patreon just at $1 and you'll be able to put your suggestions in this post that I'm going to have on Patreon tomorrow. Yes, Chumbawamba. I am so in the same boat as you. What I was just saying is I totally rely on my phone to remind me of what happened earlier in the week. I go through my texts, my photos, and my bank statements as well. Sometimes that's like the only way I can remember what the heck happened. I have a pretty terrible memory sometimes, and especially with like kind of like short term things like that, where I'm like, what did I do yesterday? So I love having my phone. It's a big reason why I also like taking pictures and like doing sort of like keeping track of memories in my phone so I can go back and scroll through. And it's really funny because most of my camera roll right now is just pictures of the new sticker collection and all of that. So that doesn't help me. Okay, here we go. Thursday. Thursday was lovely because I played Scrabble in the park with my best friend, and it was awesome. Let me check off these things that I know I did. Scrabble in the park. I think I will print out maybe some photos to put on here as well. Oh, we also did a little at-home karaoke night. Hey, Ruby, welcome in. I am finished setting up my weekly for next week, which is right here. So I am now just going back and filling out things from my last weekly because I didn't end up using my bullet journal much this last week. So I'm kind of going in and filling in memories here to make up for that. Are you leaving? Are you leaving? Okay. No. I have some funny pictures in here. Okay, on Tuesday, I had a little park date with Jake. We've been going, we have a really nice park really close to our house. So we've been going to that park in the afternoons. Okay, and then here's Monday. Okay, Monday I did the sticker design live stream. Okay. Do I have one of those little printers for my phone? No, I do not. I would love one though. I just print my photos on my for my computer, like I drag them into a little Word document. Man, my stomach keeps making some funny noises. Okay, Wednesday I got some happy mail from some different people. Like from the brand Altenew. And I also got the giveaway prizes from Rhodia. Anything else? Oh, my text. My text is always a good place to check in. Let's see. All right. I think that's most of the interesting stuff. So let me go ahead, and while we're here, let me print out some photos. So I'm just going to open up a little Word document. Here, new document, and I'm going to airdrop some photos over from this past week. Let me find Monday. Of course, also, so much of my camera roll is just cute pictures of the cats. I have a picture of Jake with 4 different beverages at the park. It's a good one. A picture of this really giant poppy flower that is near our house. And then a picture from Scrabble at the park. Anything else good? Let's see. Little selfie of me smiling in the backyard. All right, that looks good. 6 photos. What were the 4 beverages? These are the important questions, Beck. The 4 beverages were, here, pull the photo up. A beer, a yerba mate, an electrolyte, which is like a sports drink, and a water. I really should get one of those little printers for my phone. I would use it a ton. I know that. All right, I'm going to drag these photos over here. Make them all small. Let me see, how big do I want them? I'm just going to like measure 3.5 centimeters ish. How many inches is that actually? 1.25. So I'm going to select all of my pictures and I'm going to make them here, here. 3.5 centimeters tall. And then one of these I can make larger to fit here. I can have that be 6 centimeters. Beck said, but would you replace the paper cartridges when you run out? You hate buying supplies for yourself. You know me too well, Beck. Honestly, realistically, I'm not gonna buy myself one of those small printers. You really nailed me, and which is that I have a really hard time buying things for myself, except for food and drink. Like, food and drink, I'll spend all the money in the world getting myself food and drink, but when it comes to, like, anything, literally anything else, I will tell myself for years that I'm gonna get myself something, and then I will not. The only time I feel like I buy myself something is when Jake, like, forces me. He's like, "Come on, Kayla, you want it." It's like I need somebody to tell me when I'm there. But yeah, you really nailed it, Beck. I definitely would not remember to buy the paper cartridges, and I just won't end up buying it in the start. Like, I'll end up with one of those little printers when a company is like, "Can we send you one?" And then I'll be like, "Yeah." That's like most of the supplies. Like, if I were to actually go through all of my journaling supplies, my art supplies, and if I were to take inventory of what I have actually purchased for myself versus what has been sent to me by companies or sent to me by my followers, it's or like stuff that I got at Go Wild for free. It's definitely probably like 90% stuff that was just given to me, 'cause I'm just terrible. I'm terrible about I mean, I'm sort of happy about it, like, I'm glad I'm not somebody who, um, spends money on myself easily because I can't afford it, so it's a good thing, but it is pretty I think it's an interesting piece of myself that I get more aware of as time goes on, that I just have a hard time spending money on myself sometimes. Alright, I got some photos. Let me also edit them a little bit. Increase the saturation or the brightness rather. Like that. Print. Actually, let me line these up so they're a little easier to cut out. All right. Let me print one of these to my printer. Make sure I sent it to the right printer. Yes. All right, let me go grab that real quick. I'll be right back. You want to go out, Bridget? You want to go out? Okay. I got my photos, my little baby photos. Okay, so I have this one of working on my sticker collection because that is really what I was doing this week. Again, tunnel vision is the right word for this week. That's why I totally didn't touch my journal because I knew I had to finish this. All right. Here's a little picture of Scrabble at the park with my friend. I think I'll paste that in like that. Hey, Dee. And then Cherie, you nailed it where you said, don't forget that you were playing out in the backyard with Luna. And you're so right. I should definitely write that in for Saturday. Because it was so sweet that I even posted a reel that was just a cute reel of me playing with Luna, which is so unlike me, so unlike a post that I would normally post. But I just thought it was so cute that the internet had to see. See you later, Zoe. I am just about finished. I'm probably just going to be going for like another 10 minutes while I finish up pasting in some of these memories here. So you won't be missing much, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. And thank you so much for joining and being such a lovely, vibrant part of the chat today. All right, this is just a shameless selfie of me being really happy out in the sun in the backyard. Let's see. This is a picture of these giant poppies that have been blowing my mind every day that I bike past them. So let's actually go like this. Do the poppies over here. A couple photos like this can really liven up an unused spread. I highly recommend memory keeping like this if you ever set something up that you don't end up using. This is that picture of Jake with his beverages. Backyard with Luna. Launched the sail. And then I'm going to go into my little sticker binder. Where is it? Over here? Over here? Maybe out in the living room. See you later, Beck. Thanks so much for joining on in. Oh, a bike theme? That would be so good. That is how I get around. Okay, I was gonna like look for some other stickers from other shops to kind of stick in here, but I'm not really seeing my little binder of stickers. I think it's out in the living room, but I won't even worry about it because we don't need it. Look to see if there's anything in these couple little sticker books here that I want to add. But no, I think that looks good. So there we go. Put this unused weekly spread to use by filling it out with some memories. Okay, I think I'll take this chance to fill in my daily review real quick. So let's go here. Let me grab my 2 colored markers that I've been using for these, and let me try to work my way backwards here. So let's see. Teal, purple, teal, purple, teal, purple, teal, purple, teal. Let's see. Today, Friday, I launched the Halloween in May sale. What else? I know I was really tired on Friday because I stayed up really late Thursday night setting the sale up. Thursday is when I did Scrabble at the park. Let's see. Saturday, that was yesterday. Oh, a board game theme? That is such a good idea as well. Okay, let's see. Here, last Saturday, I flew to LA for Mother's Day. Saw Oma and Opa. Then on this day, I flew back. Let's see. The beginning of my week was spent doing a lot of rearranging of our house because it's hot in Portland now. So we basically moved everything that was upstairs to our ground floor, and then we moved our bedroom from the ground floor to our basement, because upstairs is like crazy hot. We don't have AC. So that is what I was doing for a lot of the beginning of this week. It's a big reason also why I'm a little bit behind on shop orders because I know, or I wasn't able to do anything because we were like moving the office. So I feel like that was a lot on Tuesday still. Sometimes when I'm doing these summaries, I'll kind of make things up. Like if I'm not sure if something was on a certain day, I'll just pretend like I'm sure when I'm writing it down. Cause I'm like, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter if I'm off by a day, you know? Done with moving the house around. All right. And then Wednesday. Did I have anything down for Wednesday here? Just that I got that happy mail in. I'll probably leave some day link here because I can't really. Oh, actually, no, I know something I can write down. I don't know if it was on Wednesday, but it was close to these days, which is trying out a couple different, some new restaurants in the area. No, it definitely wasn't Wednesday, but I'm just gonna just gonna pretend it was Wednesday. Um, Stores at what is that place called? Sugar Hill. All right, and then yesterday. Oh, Jake was at a shoot all day. Luna's meowing again to come in here. All right, there we go. She wants to. She wants to come in here. I hear Jake out there being like, "Tell her, Luna. Tell her you want to come in there." Okay. Filling out my Little May playlist page really quick with some things that I missed. Jamie also asked, would I ever think of doing vlogs? So I have thought about doing vlogs, Jamie. It's just never ended up happening. Like the reality of doing a vlog is not as appealing as the thought of it, but I still do think it's going to happen one day. I would love to do like a work vlog, like day in a life running a sticker company or a sticker business. I feel like that would be so interesting, and I love the idea of that. I just have to, like, actually do it, which is the hard part, but so long answer short, yes, I definitely do think about doing vlogs. Movies, The Godfather. Shows, I started watching New Girl last night. Also, I watched a couple episodes of Bling Empire New York, which was very entertaining and trashy. Um, Dungeons and Dragons, the movie. Music, there's a new Rainbow Kitten surprise single. I feel like there are other movies here. I know I've seen some pretty terrible movies in the last few days or in the last week or so. Um, oh, Serial Mom, that's one. Funny classic John Waters film. Jamie saw the new saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and cried. Lucy saw the new Mario movie and the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Yeah, I really like the new Dungeons and Dragons movie. I was surprised. Um, I feel like I'm missing some stuff, but this should be good for now. Trying to think. No, that's good for now. All right, anything else on my gratitude log? We'll do I feel like Scrabble in the park can make the cut. Okay. There we go. I'm all caught up on what I've missed, filled out my daily review, gratitude log and playlist. I filled in this unused weekly with some memories from last week. So I think with that, we are all good to go. Let's not forget that this stream started off with me setting up this weekly for next week. And I love how this turned out. I love the colors. I love the grid style. I love this little Dutch door flap in the middle here for my weekly task list and a little next week list that I can fill out at the end of this coming week. Um, but yeah, I just love how this turned out. I love this pastel ghost sticker collection that I just released. So much fun. I loved combining it with the watercolor as well. Really fit the theme so perfectly. And I think with that, guys, that is going to be it for today's live stream. Once again, I'll just repeat one last time that today is the last day of my Halloween in May sticker sale. So if you want to get 25% off all Halloween stickers in my shop, you can use the code Spooky Spring at checkout for 25% off. I have all the Halloween stickers in my shop listed on my website on the homepage so you can find everything. Um, if you also want to receive the darker color version of the Halloween Ghost new sticker collection, that is going to be this month's Patreon rewards. So if you want to join Patreon at the $15 and up levels, you can automatically receive this sticker collection just in the other color scheme. And if you want to join at the lower dollar amounts, you can weigh in on the theme for next month's sticker collection, gain access to hundreds and hundreds of printables that are available under the $1 Patreon tier. You'll gain access to all of the Patreon live streams, the Patreon coupon codes, which right now can get you 40% off the Halloween stickers, and all of the other rewards and perks that I offer over on Patreon. Again, I'm almost at my 5-year Patreon anniversary, which means that there's 5 years of content that you gain access to when you sign up. So it is a fantastic deal no matter which tier you're signing up for. It is super worth it. So if any of you guys are interested in trying out Patreon, I have that linked in the description down below, along with my sticker shop, my Instagram, and all of the other relevant links. So I think with that, guys, that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining for yet another fantastic live stream. It was so fun getting to hang out with you guys today. The conversation was incredible. So much good stuff happening in the chat. Yeah, just a really fantastic way to end the week with you guys. So have a wonderful rest of your night, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is, where you are in the world. I will see you guys next week for my June Plan With Me live stream on Saturday. And until then, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.